Content warning. The following actual play may be considered disturbing by some audiences. This video may contain explicit language, violence, and depictions of trauma. This may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised. And we're live for the first game of this Icewind Dale insanity. Hello and welcome. Alright, so let's go around and have our players introduce themselves and their characters and where to find them. We're going to start with Belle.
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Belle Cher, she, her. Tonight I'm playing Laurel, the Circle of the Moon druid. They, she. And I'm really, really, really excited for this.
Great. On to Jacqueline.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline, she, her, and I'm going to be playing Zeke, the gnome druid of the stars. He's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, and we're going to see how that does. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Matt. Now that I'm not muted.
Oh. Hello, I'm Matt, he, him. I'm playing Farron. He's a human Drake Warden Ranger, also he, him. He's a capable outdoorsman, not one for conversation. And his companion Yami is a mysterious dragon with even more mysterious nature and powers.
Excellent. On to Sean.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean, he, him. I'm going to be playing Call, the Orc Barbarian. He's just setting out to find the name of his own. So.
Excellent. On to Rose.
Hi everyone, my name is Rose. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing Elena Caldwell, who is she, they. She's an exiled noble, sorcerer, draconic bloodline.
Perfect. Okay. So, now that everybody's introduced, let's do a quick volume check. Is the volume better in chat, everyone? I did raise it up. I can raise it up more.
Hi.
Hello!
Hello!
Hey.
Hola! ¿Cómo están?
And then we wait, the 10 seconds.
Just watching chat.
Delay check.
Sounding a little louder. Okay, I will go up a bit more. And then we will begin. Alright. That is as high as I'm willing to go, so we don't peek out too much. Excellent. Okay. The winter of 1518 DR. Dale Reckoning. The Forgotten Realms. Faerun. The Sword Coast. Home to some of the greatest heroes and villains to ever walk the plains. These individuals have carved their names across the lands through valiant deeds or acts of unspeakable vileness. Tales have been passed down through the ages telling of heroic acts and abominable cruelty. But those tales have already been spun out into the history of the world, becoming legends, even myths. This isn't one of those tales. This is a tale for times yet to come, deeds yet to be written. Will this be a story of heroes or villains in the making? Rumors spread to and from every corner of the land. Some tell of invasions from the Underdark. Others speak of gods and goddesses walking the mortal plane hidden from sight. The most common rumors come from the north of the spine of the world, in Icewind Dale. They tell of an unending night, a mysterious aurora that cuts the same path across the sky every single night. and of a fear so cold it has the land gripped by the throat. Nearly all travel to Icewind Dale has ceased. Trade has come to a halt. Only the hardiest of the Dale folk remain north of the Spine, with the rest seeking refuge in the warmer lands south of the mountains. We start our story on the high road, north of the river Mirar and just south of Luskan. Being the gateway city that it is, Luskan attracts people from all around. Many may seek voyage on a ship west, or with a caravan to the south and east. Luskan also attracts those with a more sordid backgrounds, such as pirates, thieves, and lawyers. A line of refugees, nearly a mile long, leads into Luskan, many of them dressed in heavy furs and other cold weather garments. People from all walks of life, fishermen, smiths, nobles, and their families. Guards posted along the line keep order and ensure any who try to sneak ahead of the others is sent directly to the end. Near the end of the line, just off the eastern side of the road, stands a large caravan-like coach, pulled by 4 large, shaggy aurochs. The caravan stands a little over 12 feet tall and 10 feet wide. The rear side, which is facing the road, has steps leading up to a small porch and a doorway to the interior. The structure is mostly darkly stained wood. The trim around the edges is crimson and gold. The door is a deep red with a curtained window. It also appears that the door is split like a Dutch door, but the bottom half is oddly low. Warmly lit lanterns hang from each corner of the tiled roof of the caravan. On the rear porch, a red-haired dwarf woman sits knitting in a rocking chair. And this is about where all of you come in, and we will start with Laurel and Elena.
Well, we're coming from the south, and we would be trying to travel incognito, just trying to lay low a little, under the radar a little, and probably arriving with a different caravan who is heading to trade in Luskan. And that's how we arrive. Probably departing from that caravan to see what the next move is. I know I had received word that I might make a connection with another person of my faction. So,
I mean, if you'll have me, Laurel, I'm in your debt. I want to help if I can.
Absolutely. There's no need for debts. I did what was right, and what needed balancing has been balanced. If you would help me, the Emerald Enclave always needs assistance. I might be traveling north, though. Would that be okay with you, Elena?
Cold doesn't bother me. Let's go.
And so we're probably walking towards Luskan, and there's a line. A long line leading into Luskan.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The caravan is kind of off to the side, and you do see it. Farron and Zeke, we'll say that you come in probably a few minutes behind them. Call, you would actually be coming in from the docks of Luskan, having been escorted out to wait in this line. So you will all roughly come in. So Farron and Zeke, if you guys.
Sure. So Zeke, he's a gnome, so he's a little bit on the shorter side. And Farron is obviously much taller than he is. But what's a little weird about both of them is they both have a dragon companion with them. And they would just be kind of mostly Zeke talking at Theron. And bits and pieces would come through about this thing called the Nominati and what they have what their plans are. So you see, like, they would like come after you, and they would take things. So occasionally I'll go to like throw my boomerang, and my boomerang won't hit the thing that I'm trying to hit with it. And you see, it's really the Nominati who is controlling my ability to throw the boomerang at the thing that I'm trying to throw the boomerang at. Don't you get it, Farron? That's really where it's coming from.
And controlling you or the...
Yeah, I don't know. They're like weaving their magic, and they're taking control of my brain every night. Don't you get like... Do you ever like stand up really fast, and then your vision goes really black, and like you can't really see very much? That's the Nominati. They're doing that to you.
It usually only happens when I drink too much.
But like it's them. They're like telling you that you gotta drink a little bit more so that they can get your brain waves, and they can get in, and they can get the things, and they can control you.
Is that so?
Yeah. Okay, how about this? You ever like go into like shoot your bow and arrow, and like you got everything, and you're all like ready, and then you miss? And you don't know why?
Sometimes. Usually it's
the
wind or something.
Nominati. I'm telling you. They have found a way to weave the magic in the air, and they are weaving into you, and they are taking control.
So, I'm more accurate than I think I am.
Absolutely. You are probably the best hunter marksman in the world, but they don't want you to be, because if you were, then you would have the power, but they want the power.
So they're
it's all about the power.
They're taking my power?
Yes. See, you just get it.
If you say so.
So as Zeke is thoroughly going over everything to do with the Nominati, Call, you're being escorted by some of the dock guards back to the end of the line, where you see these other 4 individuals starting to get close to the end of the line.
Yeah, I guess being escorted by these guards, I'll just make my way to the back of the line, and I'll
Look,
stand
man,
there
it's
behind
nothing
us.
personal. We have orders. We have to. I'm sorry.
I don't see why I couldn't just stay in. What was wrong with me being over there? Like,
The refugees, you know, everybody's got in. They came in when they came in. It's first come, first served basis. You got here after many of these people. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait.
All right, I'll just take my place in line then. Is there a some type of bar? I need a drink.
There is a line and guards. But now that all of you are there... Alright, let me find back where... On the roof of this caravan, standing behind a small Gothic-like fence and among some crates and luggage, a halfling man shouts about. He's rather sprightly, with a sense of purpose about him. He wears a hat covering his head, but a well-kept salt and pepper goatee sits neatly on his face. His clothes seem almost brand new, not a thread out of place, or a tatter to be seen. Adventurers? Adventure seekers? Treasure hunters? Monster slayers? History buffs? Future heroes? Come any and all that seek the unknown or to strike down the wicked. Lodging and pay are included. Any takers?
Laurel, I think we might count as that.
Say lodging and pay, you said.
Oh, you look like a fine adventuring There's five of you. Do you know each other?
Oh, who are these people? Who are what?
Oh,
I
You
elbow
don't-
Zeke
We-
really
we've
hard.
not
What?
met.
I mean, you don't look like the refugees that are in line here. You all seem a bit more capable.
Oh, capable.
I can handle my
Yeah.
own.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're just
So
just
capable.
traveling.
Uh-huh.
You're headed north.
Oh, yes. We've heard all the awful tales that have come down from Icewind Dale, and, well, I want to help. However,
Yeah, I think that's where we're going too.
Ooh.
We could totally housing. That sounds great.
I can
It
help.
would be another caravan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can help in way of providing lodging and pay. However, my wife, and he kind of gestures down, Midge, and the dwarf woman on the side, on downstairs, you see her kind of stand up from her
Midge.
knitting, and she has dark auburnish red hair, fluffy mutton chops that match her hair. She has an eye patch over her left eye, and she stands up in her finery, and she's like, "Oh, welcome! You're here looking for a job, are ya?"
Well,
I
I
can
mean,
find
we're
someone.
going up to the Dale, but if you're gonna like bring us up there, I mean, we could hitch a ride
Oh, sure.
and help in any way we can.
Would you all like to come in out of the cold?
Oh boy,
That'd be
golly,
great.
yeah.
I
Okay.
suppose.
I don't know if I don't think all of us are gonna fit in your. I mean, not to be,
No problem.
not
It's
to
no-
offend,
no-
but
trust me, it's not a problem.
it's not big enough.
Sure it is. You'll see. She's
Would
like,
I be able to fit?
Saxter,
I know.
get your ass down here. And the little halfling man, kind of calms down. He comes up and he introduces, like, "Hello, I'm Nicholas J. Saxter.
Nice to
Please
meet
call
you.
me Saxter. This is my wife, Marjorie Midge." And Midge is like, "Well, let's get out of the cold. It's not that great out here." She opens the door to the caravan, and you see inside what looks like the inside of a very large common room. More than 40 feet long, almost as wide. A large table that sits maybe 16 people is in the middle. Around the walls on the left side you see 5 doors. On the far end you see 3 doors. On the right side, towards the far end and towards the close end, there are very large fireplaces, well lit and warming up the room. And sitting between them is a red curtain, about 10 feet wide, just off the ground, with a little table-like bench at the edge of it. And Midge is like, "Please sit down. Please, we have to, go over the specifics if you're going to be working for us."
What sort of specifics?
Well, there's a contract, there's waivers, there's going
Oh, those
over who the
specifics.
fund's going to go to if you die. Specifics.
Oh yeah, of course.
Con-
You know.
Contract?
Oh yeah, of course.
Contract.
It's to protect both parties involved. It's to ensure you get what you earned and deserve, and that we are not liable for any of the mistakes that are happened and incurred.
Sounds reasonable to me.
We will also facilitate finding jobs for you up and around the area, and negotiating compensation for you.
Surely the compensation is fair.
Oh, I would never allow anybody working for me to be paid poorly.
Midge,
Yes.
how? And I kind of motion around us to this space that's clearly huge compared to the outside of the wagon. How?
Do you want to know the secret, dear?
I sure do.
Magic.
I knew it.
Okay.
Was this the
Some
Nominati's
serious
doing?
The what now?
The Nominati. Is it the Nominati doing this? Did they make this for you?
No, I made it.
But you
Who
said it
is
was
the
by
Illuminati?
magic. Like
do-
magic in the air, or like,
No, like my magic.
are you with the Illuminati?
Midge, this is a rabbit hole.
No,
What is she talking about?
I would like to make an insight check, please, into Midge.
please do. First roll
First
of the
roll!
campaign.
First roll!
Ooh.
Oh no, that's a 6.
Oh no, that's a 6.
Oh no.
No.
I will say this. She's lying. Zeke, you know it. She's lying.
She is lying to me.
She's. Everybody else, this woman looks genuinely confused. And she's like, well, so, here's the plan. We're going to, if you decide to come on and work with us, we will be leaving as soon as all spots are filled, as soon as pay has been negotiated, as soon as positions have been assigned. You're a strange little one, aren't you? I like you.
I mean, I don't know if I trust you yet.
Well,
Because I really think it's the Illuminati that does stuff like this. They like get into your brain waves, and then they make things bigger than they're supposed to be. I mean, this is probably not even real. This is probably all figment of my imagination.
Well, if it is, your
No.
imagination is really warm and contagious.
The only thing
So,
that you got going for you is that all these nice folks can see it too. But I'm watching you.
okay. I mean, I would expect nothing less. I will be watching all of you as well.
Yeah, that's what I expect too. Because I expect the unexpected.
Sure. Sure. Okay, so. Right. Where was I?
About
Yes.
these terms.
Yes.
The terms of employment.
Yeah.
Alright, so the terms of employment is all parties as a sign-on bonus would receive 15 gold immediately upon sign. And to start with, it is 1 gold per day, paid upon return to the caravan if you happen to be outside and about and not returning each night. Otherwise, you will be paid promptly each evening upon return. Food is supplied right over here, and she gestures to the red curtain. Just feel free. You go up to it, ask for whatever you want. Lodging, and she gestures to the five doors on the left side of the room. Each of you will have your own room. To start, they're very basic, but if you let me know any changes that you might want made, I might be able to facilitate some of them. But for the most part, they're rather Spartan. You have a bed, a chest, table, chair.
Wow.
I treat my people as well as I can. If you would like to be my people, that is.
Midge,
Yes.
if I'm, it takes at least a week or two to cross the mountains, right?
About 14 days, yes.
And you're saying you would pay us 1 gold
Absolutely.
every day, even.
14 gold just to travel up there. I mean, I would expect you as the adventuring types to, potentially protect us if anything are to go awry before we arrive north of the spine. Even afterwards, preferably.
Laurel looks to Elena to try and judge how Elena seems to feel about this.
Elena sort of looks over from Laurel to Midge and just is like, despite it being the only offer I've ever gotten, it's the best we've got.
There's always room for advancement
agree.
within the corporation, so pay may increase over time.
Is there a limit on the food curtain?
As much as you can eat. I'd prefer you didn't waste it, but if you don't want it or when your dish is empty, just put it back. It'll get taken care of.
Farron's immediately gonna go over.
I feel like, yeah.
Get a plate of deer jerky.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you go up, you ask for a plate of deer jerky. What comes out, and so it's like slid out from underneath the curtain, but there doesn't. You didn't see anyone do it. It just kind of slid out, and yeah, it looks like deer jerky.
What happens if I lift up the curtain?
There's a wall behind it.
Take a bite.
It's kind of bland, but it's
Uh.
not. It's not exactly what you would have liked, but it's not bad.
It's edible.
Mhm.
All right, I'm in.
Call's gonna run up to the curtain, just yell for like a pork leg. See if anything happens.
So on a plate comes out it kind of a cylindrical meat-like object. It smells like pork. It looks like it might have been pureed and reformed, but it smells okay.
I'm just gonna pick it up and start smelling it. Yeah, you say it smells like pork.
It does. It smells like it is severely lacking in seasoning.
He's just gonna start chomping on it.
You've had worse. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Hey, it's substance. I'm content.
All right. All right.
So, is everyone amenable to the terms as they are so far? We can always work on, if anything needs to be changed, we can work on it between ourselves.
Zeke is just gonna want to like telepathically talk to Pharaoh, and ask her opinion. In Draconic. I mean that doesn't matter, but
Pharaoh.
what do you think? Do you think we should do this?
It's really warm in here. Maybe
It
I
is
can
really
make some
warm.
better food.
Yeah, that doesn't look great. I mean, we could
It smells awful.
do a whole lot with it. I mean, apparently there's not much up in the Dale, so like
Yeah, let's do it.
okay. Yeah. Great. And Zeke will just immediately start like just being very like nodding his head and agreeing with things.
Okay, when you say dragons, what, can you? Okay, I need some. Sorry,
Help.
I need some descriptions of everyone going on here.
So,
These dragons.
Zeke has a miniature adult dragon with him. It looks like a baby dragon, but she's not. And she's like bright blue. So like he wears lots of bright blue things, and she is bright blue. So they like match.
That's great. How big? Is miniature?
They're
I
probably
would say about the same size as Zeke's head.
yeah, like
Cute.
very tiny.
What about your Drake there, Farron?
Yami isn't currently with us, but when you do see him,
Okay.
he's red, with like a yellow breastplate going down. He's also very small, but actually a baby drake.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
They just say,
Wonderful.
well, pets are welcome. Friends are especially welcome. Always. So, when you get hired on with our agency, everyone is assigned a position. There are 5 positions usually in a group. We have the leader, who is generally meant to harmoniously guide the group through situations. We also have the quartermaster, who manages the team's inventory, ensures that the team has basic, necessities, and takes care of the team's funds fairly. I emphasize fairly. And we also have a scribe who would take notes and send back to me, fill out forms and such. And then we finally have the arbitrator, who, when decisions are made, their vote counts twice, but they must vote last. Would anybody like any of those? Call to anybody.
Well, Well, you see, I spent most of my life documenting the Nominati, and so I could be a really good scribe if you let me have that. And he looks to the group.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's one position.
Do that.
I've been around trees my whole life, so I think Arbor Master is good for me.
The quartermaster?
Arbitrator.
Arbitrator.
Arbitrating.
Arbitrate, not arbor.
Arbitrator.
Decision maker.
Yeah.
Not tree talker. It's
I've
okay.
been with-
You'll be fine. You'll do just fine. And she hands you a stick.
Okay.
This is your stick of office. Zeke, it was. Here is your scribe's book and your pen. These are special. Whenever you write in this journal, it will be sent to me. I have a matching one.
He immediately draws like a triangle with a G in the middle
And she pulls her book
and
out.
just washes.
What the hell is this?
It's the symbol for the Nominati.
I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah, if you ever see that anywhere, I mean, there's usually more to it. I'm just not much of a drawer myself, but if you ever see that, that's what it is.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that leaves the leader. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot one. The navigator. That was the other one. So we have left, we need a leader, we need a quartermaster, and we need the navigator.
I could be a navigator.
Alright.
I know my way around
Leader? Quartermaster?
the land.
Elena's gonna look over at Carl and be like,
This is mostly for, paperwork purposes. My husband thinks you all need position in jobs. So if you guys decide to, change that within, it only really matters on paper some of the time.
do you feel that you're more inclined to lead or more inclined to keep track of things?
Knowing call, yeah. I'll just take keeping track of things.
Alright, so that's the quartermaster, and you, Elena, there would be the leader of this here group. So, there are some documents I do need all of you to sign. And she starts handing out paperwork, and it just literally says the position and has a place for you to sign.
Elena, do you... Laurel tries to speak pretty quietly aside to Elena. Do you think this is wise, you taking a leadership role when we're supposed to be undercover?
This is different.
Okay,
I think it'll be alright.
I trust you. I trust you.
And I'm gonna count on you. All of you.
So, does everybody sign their respective contracts?
I'm eating my pork leg, signing that. I've been wanting this already. I'm like the kid with the big glassy eyes. This is my time.
I'm gonna lean to Zeke as I'm signing mine. I'm gonna say, I've never been an arbor turtle before.
Think you're gonna do a really great job at the wait, what?
Arbor turtle.
Harbor turtle.
Harbor.
You're gonna do a great job.
Is there an H?
R for
Somewhere in there.
I think so. There's silent if it's there.
Oh, silent H is always.
Yeah, those are the
They always
doozies.
get me.
They get me.
Okay. Midge is just kind of just nodding a little quietly, and Sactor's like, people are gonna work for me, people are gonna take care, we're gonna do good things, we're gonna help people, it's gonna be amazing.
very good.
Midge
Can I
looks to-
roll it?
God.
Can I roll an insight check on Saxter? Is he creepy or is he just really excited?
Go for it. Midge hands you a backpack, and she's like, "This is your badge of office. It's much like this caravan here. Is bigger on the inside, so it'll allow you to hold many more things." And she hands you a Heward's handy haversack, and that should be
got a 24.
He's a little socially inept, but he definitely means well.
Okay. Great. Okay.
You know, I actually forgot that I can show you guys what they look like on here. So, for those watching, that is Saxter. And here is Midge.
I love him.
As you all are signing the paperwork, she's like, "Alright, now that you all have signed, we are not liable if you die, and in the instance in which you do, the money will go to your closest living kin or person that you would prefer. Don't worry, it all happens magically, it'll just happen. If you die in the instance of being being employed by us, but I will also try my best to make sure that you are fully prepared when able. If you guys have any requisitions, you can let me know whenever you are here, and we will do our best to order them for you. Keep in mind, it will take a long time to get it sometimes."
Question. What happens if it's the Nominati that gets us?
Very important question.
This is very important, because if they get me, what if they steal all that I have? And then my family can't get my money back.
I don't have an answer for that one.
Okay, well, when you think of it, you just let me know. Does it work the other way, the book? Like, if you write in your book, do you come up in my
Yes,
book?
and she writes back, "What is the Nominati?" And it pops up in your book.
That's a rabbit hole.
no.
He just starts going. He just immediately, like, book in his face, and he is writing just nonsense. Just like...
Good. So from the back two of the left two doors, the leftmost one opens, and out stumbles probably the hairiest dwarf any of you have ever seen. Like, he is covered in pelts, in beard. He's got a lot of chest going on too, and then he just goes, "Hey, who the fuck is going over there? I don't understand," and face plants on the floor. And Midge goes, "Oh, that's my brother Drengir. He's originally from the Dale. He was a ranger
Is he
up there.
okay?
He's fine. He probably
He
started
needs-
drinking yesterday.
Do you have any more of what he had?
Ask the curtain."
Okay.
From the other room, the center door, out walks a pair of twins, actually. They both vaguely look like Midge and Saxter. The girl introduces herself as Maxine. She's, "I am Maxine. I help my father and my mother with, a lot of the paperwork. I do some of the... My specific position is the junior CEO of the corporation. My mother is the treasurer. My brother, this fool right back here." And then out walks... To say that he looks vacant is being polite. He's a little not all there. She's like, "This is Maxwell." He's like, "Hey. I'm Max. She's Max. Hey." Midge is like, "Alright, go drive the cart, do something useful." And the two kids, they pile themselves out and start to head out to the cart. "Well, should we head now, or should we spend another evening here?"
Best to probably head out. What does everyone else think?
No time like the present.
as long as we can switch it up every now and then so the Nominati doesn't know what direction we're going, I'm totally okay with that. We just gotta do, I mean, Farron knows we've been doing loop-de-loops the whole way here. It's why it took us almost a month.
So, we have wheels, and we have to stay on the road. The road does kind of change directions occasionally because it goes from north to northwest, then northeast. Is that okay? Because I can't do better than that. They also cannot track you while you're inside here.
Oh, well then that's totally all fine. As long as they don't know that I'm inside this, then everything will be okay. I'm under cognito.
Magically impossible.
Okay.
So, as the two kids have gone outside, and you saw that as they were closing the door, they pulled up the stairs. And then you guys haven't heard anything else for the past maybe 5 minutes. Saxter kind of goes out and checks the door, and as he opens the door, you guys can plainly see you're moving, but you don't feel it.
This is amazing. This is just what we need.
This is a smooth ride. I didn't think I was gonna get any sleep in here.
I know. I can't wait for sleep tonight.
So each of you may choose the room. I don't suspect we're going to have any issues this close to Luskan, but as we get further north towards the southern edge of the spine, where we get to Hundelstone, it might get different. But that's nearly a week away.
All right. I go over to the curtain and I get myself a meal.
What do you ask for?
Pot roast with a side of asparagus. Steamed asparagus.
So some green vegetable-like tubes come out with a meat-like loaf. It smells like asparagus and pot roast.
Oh! It just has the smell of asparagus. Like, that's it. Oh,
Have you
no.
tasted it yet?
Oh no.
You're
If
winning.
you eat
right
the
now.
asparagus, it's a little bitter, but not unpalatable. And again, the meat is just bland. It's not bad, just bland.
Mitch, do you have any salt and pepper?
No, it's bad for your arteries.
I'm not gonna argue with her.
So the first
Uh,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Zeke is gonna choose a room that's furthest away from the entrance to
Alright.
how they got in.
There are 5 doors along the left side, so
Okay.
you choose the 5th door probably.
Oh yeah, I would choose the 5th one to the front.
It's a little
And then he
10 by
would.
10 room.
Okay. Does it just have like one bed, or is it empty?
1 bed, 1 chest, a carpet, a table, and a chair.
Okay. Okay. And then he would go up to the after he like dropped some stuff in there, not much, but just like make it seem like it's his. He might actually like tape a sticky note to the door that says like his name on it or something, just to like claim that it's his. And then he'd go up to the curtain and he would ask for like berries and vegetables and like things you would forage for in the forest.
So what you get, the berries are berry-colored small balls, kind of like boba almost. They're all a little on the tart side, unfortunately, and all the vegetables are just a little bitter, but they're still all right.
Okay, so he'll grab all of that and he'll sit down on the ground with Pharaoh, and they would just kind of go into their routine. And Farron would have seen this before, where they would just like they get in a zone and they would be like, you know, she would be like magically changing it and enhancing the food before they finally.
So you all watch as Pharaoh pulls stuff out of a couple pouches on Zeke's person, and starts actually it's seasoning, and she starts seasoning it with her little dragon paws, and then she kind of like tilts her head just slightly, and you see a purplish glow around her face as it crackles, and this wave just kind of juts out, and the meal kind of shudders a little bit and sits still. But it smells so much better. It smells delicious.
And then they would eat it.
And it's much better.
I was gonna walk over to the curtain again. He's gonna ask for like maybe like the biggest thing of ale he can get his hands on.
So the curtain just kind of shoves forward with a round shape, and there's kind of a protruding handle, and it is, I mean, it's like a 40-ounce mug of ale.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna take that and he's gonna walk towards the middle door of the 5.
Okay.
He's just gonna go in there, have a seat on, like lay back on the bed, and just drink his ale.
Unlike the food and drinks that you get that aren't quite what you guys asked for, the rooms are very comfortable. The beds are very comfortable. So once in there, they're homey, is a good way to put it.
I take the room in the middle. Room number 3.
Call just took that one.
I take room number 2.
So 1, 4, and 1 and 4, yeah.
I'll start rubbing my shoulder, and I'll shoot my hand down my arm, and out the end of my arm comes this bright red, bouncy baby dragon. And I'm gonna say, Yami, we need one of those, and I'll point to the 2 rooms left. And Yami would probably wander towards the 4th door, because Yami can smell Pharaoh.
Mm. So as Yami's going over towards that door, the drunkenly snoring body of Drengir stirs.
Oh, hey, Chris, what the hell is going on over there? What ain't happening? Got that dragon's open hair over there. So, no.
And he wanders back in his room, slams his door.
Who's that? Midge?
It's my brother Drengir. He's
Drengir.
Drengir.
Did I see him? Was his beard weaved with his chest hair?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
Great.
He's got this whole
to know.
thing going on, and I just let it happen. He does a good job. So the rest of the first night goes without a hitch. You all have your rooms. You're all fed well. You are given your 15 gold sign-on bonus and your first day's gold, so you're all given 16 gold. You have one of the most peaceful nights' sleep any of you can remember. Zeke, you don't feel watched. You don't feel that nagging presence that you always feel around the corner. Farron, you haven't had a nice night to cuddle with Yami since shortly after he hatched. Call, you somehow feel like you were sleeping on your ship. There was a weird, slow rocking that you felt as you drifted off. Elena, this room does not remind you of home at all, and that makes it so nice and comfortable. Laurel, these people feel like they might accept you. The next morning comes, and in each of your rooms there is a window. They're curtained. And you did notice that on the outside of the caravan there are 3 windows on either side, and 1 window on the front of the caravan. This doesn't really line up. And if you think about, like, how do I look outside? I want to look out the front, and you go to your window, which is on the left side. You open the curtain, and you can see out front. You see the aurochs pulling everything. You see little legs dangling just over the top of the window as the 2 twins are riding, or are driving. Close the window, you're like, what about the left side? You're looking out the left side. You can see Luskan off in the distance. Full day's travel away. What about the right side?
So wicked.
Mountains. You guys can see the whole spine of the world.
This is
Are
incredible.
we already starting to ascend? Like, is Luskan kind of? Oh, okay, not
You
yet.
guys are past Luskan. You are on your way towards Hundleston, which is about halfway. It's right before the entrance to the path into the spine of the world. And chances are, as long as weather holds out, you'll reach Hundlestone tomorrow.
What is the weather like?
Clear, dark, very cold. In fact, if anybody decides to go outside and check, it feels markedly colder than outside of Luskan, which it's winter. You guys expect it to feel cold. But it's biting.
Before Zeke would go to sleep, he would try to, like, study the night sky. Have we gotten north enough that we can't quite see the sky anymore, or are there not clouds just yet?
No clouds just yet.
Okay.
You were
Okay.
able to, if Zeke wanted to look out his window or go outside up onto the roof, he'd be able
Okay.
to do so.
Okay.
So we can climb outside and climb up onto the roof on top of the carriage? Okay.
Yes, there is a ladder out on the back porch leading up to the roof. So, the second day comes. Midge is like, well, it doesn't appear as if much is happening today, so I'm gonna call it and pay you early, so here's your 1 gold each for the day. I don't see why not. You guys get your food throughout the day as you see fit. The twins take turns with Midge and Saxer driving. Drengir generally only comes out of his room to get food, loudly remark in gibberish dwarf and common mixture about something. It's pretty hard to tell. And then he goes back in his room. He doesn't do too much. The afternoon of the second day comes, and you hear... Would anybody be outside in the afternoonish of the second day?
Elena might want to be outside, just get some fresh air.
Okay. Can I have Call and Elena please make perception checks for me, please?
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a unnatural 20.
Excellent. So, Elena, you're just admiring the beauty of the landscape and how pristine the mountains look, covered in snow, and just how beautiful the landscape is. Call, you hear from north along the road a horn, like a warning horn. And off in the distance, pretty, like, just towards the end of the horizon where you actually see the path start to turn towards the spine of the world, you see a low wall that looks like it's surrounding a city.
Alright, Call's gonna turn to Elena and just kind of like, hey, we might need to go back inside, and there's some type of warning horn going off in the distance, and I can see a wall. Looks like we might have alerted somebody.
I'm not going to question it. I think you're right. Let's go inside. And Elaine's going to make her way hurriedly back inside.
Midge and Saxter are eating at the table. The twins were up there driving with the two of you. Like, is something wrong? You're coming back awfully quick.
Yeah, I believe we might have alerted somebody. There's a horn going off in the distance, and looks like there's might be some type of fort or city, some type of wall.
Is it right
Probably
before
me.
it enters? Is it right before it enters into the pass?
I believe so.
I believe that's Hundlestone. Maybe we arrived a little bit faster than.
Oh,
We did travel all through
we're
the
there
night, so
already?
that's not good. Guys,
That's
you
fast.
never know. I mean, sometimes when the plow rocks go by and clear the road for you, it's crazy.
the plow rocks?
Yeah. So it's a really strange looking contraption. They have 8 aurochs on it. There's a small cart with one man driving it. On the front, it's a weird steel, like, arrow. And they just plow through the snow. And they call them the plow rocks.
Yeah, I've heard of those before. And Zeke is like on the other side, and he's not really looking up. And he's like, I'm pretty sure the Nominati invented those things. And he like goes back to whatever it was he was doing.
Midge is like, I could have sworn it was the Council of Luskan, but
Yeah, the Nominati owns them.
I may question a lot more things after having known you, sir.
Yeah, I could teach you a few things.
So Hundlestone. Well, I guess we should go take a peek and see what's up. So anybody that goes back outside, Saxter has gone out, and you're still approaching the city a ways off. It looks like maybe another hour with the clear weather and daytime. Like maybe another hour to get there.
So what does one usually do in Hundlestone?
I mean, well, they're well known for. Well, let's see. It's a small mining community, mostly populated by dwarves with some gnomes, a few humans that mainly slay beasties in the area. The town usually has about 100 of the finest craftsmen of various trades.
So it would be a good place to possibly look at equipment before we continue north?
It's not a bad idea. We could probably,
Okay.
stock up on a few things.
Sounds good.
A little further down the road, the horn sounds again. I can't do a horn, sorry.
Is that just to announce us, I hope?
And you don't hear anything besides the horn that one time. A few minutes later, you hear it again. As you guys get to about 500 feet, a man stands up on top, and you can see him holding a horn in his hand. He's like, "Halt! Who goes there?" Midge is like, "Hello, we are the Saxters. These here are our employees, and we're just hoping to maybe restock and maybe get some goods before heading up to the Dale." "No one can pass. Go around." "Oh, what's wrong?" "The Ice Witch. She controls the north. Hundlestone is closed to outsiders. Go around." Midge looks to the rest of you. "I don't know if we have much choice."
Well, thankfully we have plenty of food and rations, so we're not in need. But that's not kind.
Ice Witch?
Anybody that wants to can roll a religion or a history check.
That's a nat 20 for a 25. On the history check.
Hey, got a 19 for history.
Okay, so
How do I click on this? Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll it with the regular dice.
outstanding.
I rolled a 4. Don't worry about me.
Okay. That is a 28.
So call Ice Switch. Ice Switch. It's nothing's really clicking for you. Zeke and Elena. There is a lesser goddess of ice and cruelty that has been rumored to have taken up residence somewhere in Icewind Dale. She goes by the name of Auril. Auril. Pretty good chance that's the Ice Witch he's talking about.
So I have a follow-up question for you. Would Zeke believe that this is actually a goddess, or would Zeke believe that this was the Nominati creating this goddess?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I mean, while you do that, I mean, Elena's gonna share with the group that, like, Auril. No, she's a lesser deity, or goddess, I suppose, of ice, and, well, she's fairly cruel, as a matter of fact.
I rolled a 7.
It's not a goddess. Nominati.
No, I don't really think that that's a goddess. I mean, I've heard of Auril, but I'm pretty sure that it's the Nominati that's creating those really big snowstorms. It's really why Farron and I are going up there, because I want to find them and catch them in the act. I'm pretty sure it's the Nominati.
You get very animated when you talk about this Nominati.
You have no idea.
Listen, I spent my entire life chasing these bastards, okay? This is my chance to finally catch them in the act.
Well, would it be better to catch them, or find them and exploit them for all their secrets?
Well, I already know all their secrets.
Ah.
All of them?
Yes, they're controlling everything. And I'm pretty sure what's happening up in the Dale is also the Nominati. I'm telling you, this is all a ruse.
It's certainly an imbalance. I think we can agree on that.
It is. They are doing so much bad up there. We gotta find them, and we gotta stop them, and we gotta remove them, because they are ruining this world.
You're on the right path.
How are they able to do this?
They're
Paul's
everywhere.
very young. He's very impressionable.
I'm telling you, they're ever. Call. What are you amazing at? What is your favorite thing to do?
I like to fight and sail. Yeah.
You like to sail? Okay. Have you ever accidentally sailed into a rock?
When I was
Just
younger,
out of nowhere. You were doing everything correct, and then boom, there's a rock.
I was told I did that because I was a child. And
No.
very inexperienced.
You did that because the Nominati knows how good of a sailor you are, and they know that you are the best in the world. And if you had all of your true powers, then you would be better than them and you would hold the power. So they are making you, they are in your brain waves, and they are twisting you and preventing you from being the best that you can. It is the Nominati call.
For a good
I've
cause,
never-
at least.
Oh. Well, if that's the case,
That is the case. I promise you.
my parents owe me some. Yeah. I shouldn't have
It
been
is the
disciplined.
Nominati.
Yeah. Oh, well, is that their thing?
Oh my.
Is that what they?
What
Is that what they do?
did I?
Yes! This is their thing. They control our brains.
Is. Whoa.
Anybody
Okay.
that's part of
Love
this
it.
conversation can notice that Maxwell, who's generally vapid and not particularly paying attention to anything else, is eyes locked on to Zeke. Like, I never knew.
I'm
boy.
telling you,
Are they
are
they all gnomes?
Okay, so here's the thing. They are all gnomes, but they've got these really cool magical abilities, and he'll take his hat, and he's got a hat of disguise, and he'll say the word and like change into a dwarf.
And Maxwell falls back and starts screaming, "What the?"
They use these things. I got it off of one of them. They use these to pretend to be other people.
How do I know you're not one of them?
Are you one of them?
No, why would I be trying? And he'll undo the hat and he'll go back to himself. Why would I be trying to dismantle them if I was one of them?
Maybe that's how they work.
Well, you got
boy.
me there.
Aaron has now wandered to the other side of the table and is like playing fetch with Yami, just trying to distance himself.
Elena is watching this with much more attention than she's paying attention to the conversation.
There's a fair amount of room for Yami and Farron to play catch. Just running around, skittering, sliding on the floor with the ball, smashing into chairs, knocking things over, having a blast.
Perfect.
As a little dragon puppy would. Pharaoh's just sitting there, like, on Zeke's shoulder, just... I just go
Eating
on.
some nuts or something. Yeah.
Adorable.
I'm telling you, it's the Nominati. We should go and we
Okay.
should get them.
Well, we should definitely go and figure out what's going on up there.
The Nominati.
Max is like,
Yep.
I'm gonna keep a real close eye out, see what I can find.
That would be great. The more people looking for them, the less they can fuck with us. Because they're all looking. See, usually it's just me looking, and then I can never find them if we're all looking for them.
I'd be willing to help you.
I've got my eye out.
Great. Great.
Both of them.
And he high fives Pharaoh, like, fuck yeah, I've got people.
Maxwell seems to have fully bought into this Nominati stuff after just a day and a half, 2 days of being around you. Like, I mean, completely.
I feel like Call's confused, but he's so young and impressionable that he's kind of like, well, maybe.
Yeah, and Zeke is much older. Like he's you can't really tell, but he's bald, but he has like very gray hair. So like he talks with like a bit of a wisdom behind him, like he's seen shit. But obviously it's all like crazy conspiracy. I've seen shit where like his eyes like pop out of his head, and less because he's actually
You
seen
think I'm
shit.
crazy, don't you?
God, it's the Nominati.
So as
And we're all looking at it like, yeah, sure, yeah, mm-hmm.
so as the caravan goes around Hondelstone, anybody that is outside can see that there are guards on top of the wall. But for a city this size, it's not enough. There's one guard maybe every 100 feet. And on top of the wall you can see maybe 5 guards. It almost seems like they're guarding an abandoned town. The look in their eyes is fearful. And while they are watching the caravan go, it is visibly that they keep looking north. And whenever they look north, the fear gets stronger.
They're terrified.
They are looking a little timid.
I would also be terrified if the Nominati were taking my people.
No, they keep looking north. If that's where Nominati are, then they're very fearful. There's not even enough guards. There's not even enough guards.
How big do we think? How big do the walls, the enclosure, look for the city to maybe kind of estimate how many people I would think would be in a town that size?
Yes. Just with the knowledge that Midge had given about how many people were in the town, probably well over 1,000 people at the best of times.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 5 guards would not be enough.
That's that line going out of Luskan.
Everyone's
All the
vacated.
refugees.
And I think it's going to be worse with further north we go.
As the caravan starts to turn into the pass, into the spine of the world, we're going to go ahead and take our break. So like, what do you think? Like 10 minutes, guys? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Grab a drink, buy a break.
Watch out for the Nominati, they might get you.
Alright, guys, we will be back. Everyone, folks, those and such, we will be back shortly. Stick around, and if you haven't entered the raffle, enter the raffle. We'll be back shortly. So, everybody, the caravan was just turning into the pass into the spine of the world. The last couple nights have been dark. Cloudless skies, stars, no moon. It's probably been low behind the horizon of the mountains. This night, this far north, it seems darker. Normally, the starlight, the moonlight, any light that's there seems to reflect back off the snow and give everything that almost daylight glow. It's all dark. Light doesn't seem to go as far. And it's cold. It's really cold. There is an odd warmness around the caravan, so if you're sitting on the roof, the back porch, the front seat driving, it's warm enough. It's still cold, but it's warm enough. If the caravan stops and you walk even 5 feet from it, it is biting cold. The twins are driving. Maxwell is furiously drawing triangles and eyeballs and G's. Maxine is driving, laser focused on the horizon. She pulls hard on the reins, pulling the aurochs to a stop. Something doesn't feel right. Does anybody hear or see anything?
What doesn't feel right?
The
Elena's gonna
aurochs.
take a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and look.
Anybody make a perception check for me, please. Maxine's like, the aurochs, they look wary. And anybody
What's the
that looks
time
at,
of day?
it is after sunset, evening.
I got a 19.
I rolled 12.
17?
16.
Oh. 23.
Those that got 17 above. Off to the northeast, off the side of the road, slightly up the slopes. Maybe half a mile down the road. There's a few shapes. A little hard to see. They seem to be quadrupedal, but they're very low in the snow, so it's hard to make them out. Who got over 20? Laurel, you see ears, bushy face. It looks like a very large cat. And it seems to be hunting. It's hunting.
It seems to be what did you say?
Hunting.
Oh. So stalking?
Yeah. It is looking at the caravan.
There's some big cats out there that might give the aurochs some trouble, folks. Can I exit the caravan and go to shoo them off? Maybe spark some sparks with a simple spell. Hold on, let me check my spells. No, I don't have those sort of spells. Never mind.
See what I've got. Elena is right nearby, close to the door. There we go.
Just to spook them off, you know?
Yeah.
Are we getting down to kind of shoo them off? Or
Yeah, how
Y'all
far
stay
away
up here.
from this shadow are we at this point?
A little under half a mile.
How close are the cats to the caravan?
About a half a mile.
Okay.
So you see just the one cat, and it is kind of seeming to take a step forward. And it does appear to be, about the same size as the call. It's a beefy cat. And you watch as it starts to kind of inch forward. Like it's trying to creep up on you. For those that have cats, like, you can see the cat. The cat swears you can't see it. And it is just
Do
doing
we
that.
hear anything?
No. The snow is deafening everything. It's just that silent, frozen night with the wind. A breeze, but you can hear it through the mountains.
Hey, Call, you said you can fight, right?
I can hold my own.
Maybe we should walk up with the rocks and make sure they don't get jumped.
Yeah, you see, Call is gonna take out his greatsword and just make his way down off of into the snow.
He's gonna need backup. Elena jumps out of the caravan and follows behind Cal, like behind Cal, like a few feet behind him.
I'd like to be right next to Call, and I'm gonna draw this jagged, bizarre-looking longsword that I have, and I'm gonna tell Yami to stay on the caravan.
All right. For those
Elena
that-
removes gloves from her hands.
All right. If you guys would like to take a peekaroo at the map.
Okay, we're getting serious.
Gloves
So-
off.
Okay.
I will I'll show you guys in the... So on the Twitch overlay, you guys can see what this thing looks like. It
cool.
matches the snow, but it is large. And you can see that it is not alone. And they are all just slowly coming towards you. Okay, that's not
How
supposed to be
many are
visible
there?
for you guys. There are 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's showing the wrong screen. That's fine. So you guys can see them, and the 3 of them are still approaching. So how about this? We're gonna go ahead and roll initiative, actually, so that we can see how this unfolds. So when I do initiative, it's not always necessarily going to evolve into combat. It's just more we're going to, zoom in on what's going on. That's fantastic. All right, Laurel, what is your initiative?
I got a 15.
Okay. Zeke?
I have a nat 1.
All right, so this goes into, I have some homebrew rules, which I should have told all of you guys before this, but this will come up anyway.
That's
If
okay.
If you roll a nat 1 on initiative, you have disadvantage on your first attack. If your first attack is a spell that causes somebody to make a saving throw, it's null and void and it goes away. So it really only affects spell attacks, range attacks, melee attacks. If you roll a natural 20 on initiative, you have advantage on your first attack. Because, I don't want to... Natural 1, natural 20, you don't want to waste the good feeling. So that was a nat 1 for Zeke.
Yes.
Farron.
18.
18. Call.
21.
And Elena.
13. Lucky number 13.
Alright, Call, you are up first, followed by Farron. So, Call, you can see them. They are... The closest one at this point is about 55 feet from you. So a little out of your actual range.
Let's see. I I guess I'm just gonna move my. I got 30 feet of movement. I'm gonna move in their direction,
Okay.
and
Here, I can. Oh, it's all right. Sorry, it's showing you in the wrong place. You're up a little bit closer to them. So everybody should roughly be in front of it, except I guess Zeke, who moved himself on top of the caravan. Is that where everybody roughly wanted to be? I'm gonna try and go back to.
yeah.
All right. So, do you have any ranged attacks you want to try and do, or?
Actually,
Or do you want
what
to
I'm
hold
what I'm
attack?
gonna do, I'm gonna use my. I guess I'm gonna use my bonus action to go into a rage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna, if I can I hold the action? If one of them gets close to me, I can attack.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I would go into a rage, and then I would hold my bonus action. If it comes close to me, I'll attack it.
Okay. Farron, you're up next.
I would like to move up 30 feet and be next to Call. And I'm gonna hold and attack with my longsword in case they get within range.
Okay. Great. And then, so you're gonna move up 30 feet. Are you able to move your character, or?
I am not.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna also hold your attack? Or
Yeah, I want to be shoulder to shoulder with Call, and just when they charge, I want to be ready.
Okay. The first one is going to charge straight at you, Farron, and he's going to make 2 bite attacks on you. The nat 1 will miss, but does a 24 hit.
It does.
You take 5 points of piercing damage as it latches onto your leg and tries to ragdoll you, but it doesn't seem to be strong enough to actually do it.
All right, can I take my swing at this one?
Sure can.
I am going to assume an 11 does not hit.
It does not.
All right, swing and a miss.
Okay. Alright. The next one is going to run up, and the other one also going to run up. Laurel, it is your turn.
Great. Great. Is there a creature near me?
The closest one to you is about 45 feet.
45 feet? Okay. I would like to move 10 feet in that direction.
There you go.
And then I would like to cast Thorn Whip.
Okay.
So, I roll for an attack for that. Oh, that's a natural 20. That's a natural 20.
Yes, that hits. So
It's your die, so you can't even like be upset about it.
So the way I do crits is a little different too. If you're rolling on D&D Beyond, by all means, feel free to use it as D&D Beyond is, where it just doubles the damage for you. If you're rolling with your regular dice, however, I offer this method. When you roll a crit, you do max damage for whatever your dice. So say it's a D8, you do 8 damage plus your bonus, and then you roll the D8 again and add that to it. I don't like the whole you roll a 1 on a crit and then it does, 2 damage. It's upsetting. You guys are heroes. So please roll your damage.
Okay, so that, oh my gosh, so that is 12 damage total.
All right.
Is the creature large or smaller?
Is large. Sorry, it's medium.
It is pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Can I attack him?
You can absolutely take an attack of opportunity as it is dragged right next to you, Call.
Yes, that's what I was hoping for.
Please, come on, Jesus. That's a nat 20 for 26.
Yes!
Go ahead and roll your damage, sir.
Woo!
Let's see. It is. That's going to be 22 points of damage.
Okay. So with Farron's hit and this, it's out. It's gone. It just falls limp to the ground, bleeding out. All right.
That's my turn, I believe. So yes.
Elena.
How far away are the other two?
The closest one to you is 55 feet. The next one is 70.
Okay. I'm gonna roll and get a chromatic orb. And use fire on these guys. I assume they might be weak to that, so.
Woo! Fire.
Yeah,
Very nice.
so I just rolled a 19.
All right, so go ahead and
That's 9.
a little late on that. Sorry. 9 damage, 9 fire damage. Nice, outstanding. Anything else that you'd like to do there, Elena? The fireball goes, the orb just screams into it, singes fur pretty bad.
If there are any heavy hitters that are not in front of me, I will make my way closer to behind one of them. Namely Squishy Caster.
Laurel's not too far from you. You want to go stick behind her?
I'm gonna stick behind Laurel.
Okay.
Yeah, fireball happens, and as it goes, she's just gonna huff it to Laurel.
Well done.
From
Yeah,
about
5's on the way in.
50 feet behind the 2 remaining crag cats, you see a much larger one, much bigger, come out and gives off a roar that you see some of the snow start to vibrate a little bit, as if there might be a little bit of a, not quite an avalanche, but a little cascade of snow coming down. The other 2 cats freeze and kind of just take a couple steps back. Zeke, it's your turn.
Oh boy, oh golly. Okay, so I'm just like a tad too far away. So I'm gonna jump off the side. How much movement will I use to get off the top of the wagon?
No, 5 feet. It's
5 feet?
it's
Okay.
it's made for the dwarves and the halflings to get down it quite well.
That's a true statement. Okay. And then I'm just gonna move. I think that's my full movement. Let me just make sure this. Okay. I'm just gonna move like up to the side of the ox, the dingymabobbers. And I'm gonna use I'm gonna do one of my starry forms.
Okay.
So I use a wild shape, and as a bonus action, and I'm gonna take the form. I basically become like this starry, almost incorporeal looking Zeke, but it makes an archer pattern. So if anybody's seen what the constellation of Orion looks like, he kind of like becomes the constellation of Orion. And I'm taking the archer starry form, so on activation and as bonus action moving forward, I can make a ranged spell attack, dealing some radiant damage. And so I'm going to do that. So it's a +6. I'm just going to roll this. That's cocked. That's a 23 to hit the small one that's closest to Farron.
Sure does.
Okay. And it's 1d8 plus 4. So I'll run. So that's 11 radiant damage.
Nice. It's
And then
looking pretty beat up after Elena's attack on it too.
Okay. And then I think I can do this. I can also cast as my action Guiding Bolt, because my wild shape is not technically a spell.
Is your wild shape an action, or
It's
is
a
it
bonus
a bonus
action. It's a bonus action.
Okay, then yeah, you absolutely can cast
Okay.
Guiding Bolt.
Okay. And then so he's gonna so he like turns into his thingy, and he shoots his it almost looks like a star that's just like exploding from his palm. And then he's gonna kind of like switch foot, and he's gonna throw a guiding bolt with his other arm at the same creature.
Okay.
That's an 11.
Did you roll? Was it a roll to attack on your previous attack
It
for your starry
was.
form?
You're right.
That was a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay. Okay, I'll just take the second one as my disadvantage. It was an 11.
So that would miss.
Okay, so he throws the radiant damage starry form, and that one doesn't work. But like quickly he throws the guiding bolt after that.
Guiding Bolt is not a disadvantage.
Okay. So that one will just be whatever this is. That's a 12.
Just hits.
Just hits. Woo! For 15 radiant damage. Sorry. I'm trying to figure
So
out.
as your bolt hits it, and where normally it would start to glow, the glow goes out and it slumps to the ground. Anything else you'd like to do, Zeke?
That he's out. That's all he's got.
Call, Farron, you're on deck.
The move right there,
Okay.
and let's see, he's like 10 feet away.
Yeah, he's just out of your melee reach, unless you have anything you can throw at it.
I'm gonna pull out one of my hand axes from my waist, and I'm gonna throw it at him.
Excellent. Roll for it.
It misses. It's a 7.
So your hand axe, it just dodges out of the way and it skips off into the snow, which is deep enough that it may be difficult to find.
Oh no!
Anything else, Call?
No, that's gonna be it.
Farron.
Okay, so I am going to run up to get into range with this good old bad cat. And as I'm running, much like I threw Yami out before, I'm gonna run energy down my arm, and I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this bad cat,
Nice.
and I'm gonna take a swing at it.
Okay, go for it.
That was a 21 hit.
Yeah.
All right. That'll be 12 points of slashing damage.
All right. So you slash into it, and you start to see red start to seep out into its white coat.
I'm sorry, it's 15 points.
A little
Math
bit
is
more
hard.
red.
Good. More red is good. And that's all I can do.
Okay. Farron, it is going to... helps if I'm on the right screen. It's going to try to run away from you.
I'll take my opportunity attack
Go for
if I
it.
can.
Absolutely.
That'd be a 19 to hit.
Sure does.
for 7 damage.
As it's starting to run away from you, it just drops and skids across the snow, bleeding behind itself. Laurel.
So, we've killed a few of these little ones.
Yeah,
Off in the distance, can I see the big one?
sure can.
How's Mama looking?
Do you want to roll an insight check?
Yeah.
It'd be a free action to do it.
Okay, thank you. That's 16.
Angry.
Angry. Well, guess we should just finish what we started then. And she remains where she is, and she traces. I feel like Sailor Moon. She traces the shape of a moon in the air, and she casts Moonbeam. So Moonbeam has a range of 120 feet, so it definitely gets Mama.
Yeah, pretty sure that's within
And
your range.
it's a con save.
All right, it has advantage on us. So 17.
Okay. Well.
What's the radius on Moonbeam?
Failed save. Half as much damage on. I'm sorry. What was the question?
What's the radius on Moonbeam?
It's 5 feet.
Okay, so it's just on top of it. All right.
Yeah. It sits on top of him, and it's a concentration spell for me. So.
Okay.
Let's see. That is 9 damage total. So 4.
Okay. Anything else, Laurel? As the Moonbeam sits on it, it's just kind of growling.
Yeah, I just. Nope, that's my action. I can't do anything else. Level 3! Level 3!
Elena. So you are right behind Laurel, towards the left side, and from you to the beastie is 105 feet.
If I threw another chromatic orb, would I be able to do so at that range?
What is the range
Forget.
of chromatic orb?
I still have it up. Do
90
have it up.
feet. You'd have to move a little bit closer.
All right. She takes a big inhale of air and heads closer to him.
I think that's probably all you need to do. Yeah. That's all you need to do is just move a little bit in front of, and you're good to go.
And is it on just the big cat or the one that's left?
Yeah, just the big cat.
Just the big cat. Okay. So she is going to actually do chromatic orb at level 2. That is 22 to hit.
Sure does.
And 4d8. It'll be fire once again. 17 damage.
So as the orb launches out, it singes across, and it just kind of hunkers down. It definitely hurt it, but it's looking really mad, real pissed off. Anything else, Elena?
I think that's it. I'm tapped out.
Gotta see. Okay, no. It takes one step forward and launches itself in the air at both Call and Farron. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
beans.
Call and Farron, deck saves, please.
That's a natural 20 for a 24.
Okay.
It says I get advantage on deck saves that are.
For things you
Or-
can see, right?
Yeah, see
Yeah.
if I'm not blinded, deafened. Okay,
No,
so
you actually
advantage
you
on-
have advantage. Yep.
It's gonna be a 17.
Okay. You're both able to just get out of the way as it slams down in front of you, and then it's going to take 3 attacks on call, 2 bite, and 1 claw, yeah.
Still raging, so
That is a 18 and a 22 to hit for the 2 bites,
they both hit.
and the claw is a 14.
14 misses.
Okay, for the bites, you take 8 points of piercing each, so half to 4, so you take a total of 8 points of piercing.
Total of 8.
And then it's going to turn to Farron, and you feel its gaze piercing you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, that's a natural 1.
You are frozen with fear. You are paralyzed. And now we're on to Zeke.
Oh, good golly. Okay. Let's see. How far away is it from me? It is 55 feet. Perfect. All right. I'm just going to do exactly what I did last turn. But as he's doing it, he's just mumbling stuff about the Nominati, and they're like controlling his magic. And so I'm going to throw the like starry ball from my starry form.
Okay, go for it.
That's a dirty 20,
Sure does hit.
and that's 58. That is 9 points of radiant damage.
As the beam, as the little starry arrow hits it, it's starting to breathe quite heavily.
And kind of getting his confidence back after his last hit, and this one he's like turns on his heel and he throws his guiding bolt. That's an 8.
Sails right by it, just narrowly missing your friends as well.
And you can everyone can just hear him like cursing the Nominati for what they're doing to him. And that's, I'm not going to get any closer, so that's my turn.
At the end of Zeke's turn, from the mountain jumps down an even larger cat. And this one just kind of stands behind the other one, and you hear it growling. And it has murder in its eyes. Call. Farron, you're on deck.
Alright, yeah, we're just gonna attack it with the greatsword.
Oh no.
Does a 17 hit?
It does.
That's gonna be 8 damage.
So you slash at this one again, and it seems to be having trouble holding itself up. It's looking really, really beat up. Anything else, Call?
Nah, not right now. I'm done.
Baron.
Well, I'm paralyzed. Do I get a save?
You sure do at the end of your turn.
All right, I'll roll that wisdom save again.
Yes.
That's an 8.
It's not going to do it. Paralyzed with fear. Laurel, then Elena.
Right. Right.
Does anyone have the ability to speak to animals here?
I can talk to small animals.
So, Mr. GM,
Yields.
what would you say the CR rating of the tiny ones were?
I don't know. I don't calculate CR.
You
I
don't
just make
know?
monsters. These are just, no.
Okay.
It might have been like 2 tops.
2? Okay.
Might have been.
I can't wild shape in it. I'm looking for... Never mind. Okay.
No, you can't. These
Then,
are...
in that case...
Oh, they are beasts. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The CR of the small ones was 1.
Okay. That's still too much for me. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Delete. I move... Let's see. 55. Hoo. I don't want to be near the big one. Stop moving the big one around. What are you doing?
I'm looking at how far things are away from stuff.
Stop it. That's so mean. Okay, I move there. And I cast Thorn Whip on the medium-sized cat. The one that's in front of Call and Farron.
Okay.
And I Thorn Whip. Okay, so that's an attack. And that would be a nat 1.
Roll a d6 for me.
Ew! That's a 6.
It goes wide, and you end up missing.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay. Whew. That's my turn then. Oh! No, that's not my turn. Who's been getting beat up more, Farron or Call? Call? Really?
I was hit, but I don't know.
Okay.
about-
I'm
Okay,
just
so no
really
one needs
scared.
healing quite yet. Okay. Then that's my turn.
Okay. Elena.
On the one that's still taking a beating there,
Yeah?
I'm gonna do just another level 1 chromatic orb on that one.
Okay.
It's another 22 to hit.
Sure does.
Uh, 16 to hit.
16 to hit or 16 damage?
16 damage, sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, as the orb sails right between Call and Farron, it hits this thing right in the chest and it just incinerates. And a lot of its fur burns off, and you hear it, like, almost try to, like, yowl like a cat would, and just falls over. Gone.
Where's the new guy?
Not too far behind that one.
Am I basically looking down the shotgun of the barrel?
Sure are.
She just stands her ground and looks at it.
Okay. That one, the new one that has just come up is... I'm trying to get to the... It is 65 feet from you, so it's not, like, right in your face or anything.
and big show I'm doing. I'm also behind Farron and Cal as well, so like, still, she's just like.
Okay, it is the giant crag cat's turn. It is going to attempt to plow through Call and Farron, so I need strength saving throws from both of you.
Red Rover, Red Rover.
Send crag cat over.
No!
I believe I auto-fail because I'm paralyzed, right?
Yup.
Oh no.
I got a 23.
You succeed and are able to get out of the way.
Get off me, sir.
Help.
Farron, you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage and you're knocked prone.
Ouch.
And then it runs by. Call, you can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
Yep.
Yikes.
It misses. It's a 9.
Okay.
Yikes.
And as it runs right into Laurel's face,
Hi.
it just roars at you and Elena, and I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Let's. wisdom
We.
Let's. I do not want to pee myself. Because I suspect that's what will happen.
Or at least be terrified of it.
That's a 10.
That's a failure.
I rolled a 17. I don't have proficiency in wisdom saves, I don't
That's a
think.
success.
Yeah, 17.
So, Laurel, you are terrified. Not paralyzed, different ability. You are just very scared of this thing and want to get away from it.
Okay.
And then it's going to attack you. It's going to take 2 bite attacks on you. Only one of them hits, and you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Fair.
Zeke, it is your turn.
Okay, we're gonna start off. I've got my starry form. We're gonna throw as my bonus action that little ball of radiant nonsense. That is a nat 20
Nice.
for a 26.
So that's max damage plus the dice roll.
Plus a dice roll. Okay, so roll this. Okay, I have to do math now. 13. Okay, that's 16 radiant damage with the little ball.
Excellent.
And then, I'm, he's like, all right, the Nominati's not got me this time. And then, with his other foot, he's gonna shift and he's gonna cast Entangle on the ground beneath the creature's feet. And I think it's a 20-foot square, so I want to keep Laurel out of it, and it should be between, if I'm doing this correctly.
Alright, what's the save for that?
So it's going to be a 14 strength saving throw or be restrained.
Okay. It's a 14 exactly.
Okay, so.
Sorry.
But it's on the ground, so. For up to a minute.
Okay.
And I can keep track of that for you.
Alright. Anything else?
I'm the perfect distance.
Okay. Call, you're up. Farron, you're on deck. Laurel after that.
And you said he was on the ground?
He's still standing.
Okay. I'm just gonna move up behind him. Would that
Okay.
be considered flanking or no?
Sure would be.
Take out the great sword, and we're trying to do just a sharp enema. That's a natural 20 for 26.
Yeah, that hits. So, are you rolling with real dice or D&D Beyond dice?
I can do either.
Is D&D Beyond Dice, if a crit for that is potential for a fair bit less damage, like on average. So it's max
So basically
damage.
just take like max damage, which is like 12 plus 4.
Yep, so
It's
16,
like 16
and then add a
plus
roll
2d6.
Yep.
Alright. $27.
Nice.
Yeah, I just ran my greatsword right because he's not facing me.
So you go into its flank and get a good cut out of it. It doesn't seem all that pleased with you. Anything else?
Yep, where the sun don't shine. No, I'm good after that. That's
Fair, and you come to your senses as the creature that had caused you to be paralyzed with fear is no more. And you have your turn.
Farron's gonna wipe the blood from his face, and grab his now probably broken ribs. Just a clerical question, I guess. Do I still have my hunter's mark from the one I killed previously, and can I transfer that, or do I need to recast?
Give me a concentration check.
Sure.
Is that a Yeah, it's a concentration spell, so yeah.
Yeah. Let's call that a 13.
Yep, you still have it.
Alright, I would like to transfer it to this big bitch. And I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna take a big ol' swing at it.
Do it, sir. Yeah, and you're large. It's large enough that you would be considered flanking with Laurel.
Oh, fantastic. That's a natural 20.
You guys.
let's go. See the
I'm-
hat,
I
read
am
it.
DM.
Read it.
I am
Read
so
it.
sorry, but
Right
I'm not
there.
sorry.
All
no.
night.
Yes.
Go get it.
It's okay.
I've rolled
Yeah.
20s and 1s all night.
So
Alright,
max damage plus the die
max
roll.
plus another die.
There's so many crits in chat.
21 points of slashing damage. I rolled max damage.
I'm wearing this hat every game.
It is.
Ugh.
It's not looking pleased, and it's starting to breathe hard.
I lied. I forgot my hunter's mark damage.
That is considered part of the max. So that's another 6 plus a dice roll.
I'll just... so that's another 11 points.
Okay. Where were you aiming? Like, how what are you trying to kill it with?
I have my Shatter Spike, the long sword, and I was just trying to cleave through its hind quarter.
So, where Call went into its right flank, you cut into its left flank. But because it wasn't ready for your attack after calls and it being harried from all sides, when you go to cut into it, it actually leans into your sword and it goes further in, beneath the ribs. And you hear it like, and then it slumps off your blade.
Ugh.
You killed it.
Wow.
Ugh. My ribs.
Elaine's
Do
gonna
you need
shout
help,
back.
Farron?
Elaine's gonna shout back to the caravan. Like, does anyone have any medical experience? Any medical training?
I'll,
I can help.
I'll
Yeah.
take something.
I was just
please.
gonna put his arm over him, kind of try to usher him over to the
I'll take
caravan.
it. I got messed up.
Yeah, I'll cast Cure Wounds, 2nd level.
Midge comes
just
running out.
before,
Is everybody okay? What the hell happened?
just before Laurel casts that, Zeke is gonna run up and he's gonna switch his starry form. So he's gonna waste a wild shape to turn into a dragon. So he makes a drake kind of starry form, and you are gonna be able to everyone wait, where is it? Sorry. No, sorry, a chalice, not a dragon. I got them mixed up. But
You turn
then
into a cup?
Yeah, I turn into a cup. Like starry form. But I'm Zeke, but I look like a cup.
So
and
you-
when I
The Zeke shaped cup.
I just say to Farron, are you sure
You got
she's
like
not
gray
the,
whiskers
no
on this
Manati?
cup?
yes.
He's like,
I'm a
Farron,
cup.
is she the no Manati?
And
Are
I'll
you serious? What am I supposed to do with you? You just like run up to me and turn into a cup?
yes, coming behind you like,
Whoa.
wait, I can help with that. Don't worry about it. And
Cup?
I cast Cure Wounds on Call, and I do additional healing healing when I do this.
No damage, please.
No damage.
Yeah. It's funny. I cure wounds, second level on Farron for 12 points of healing.
Oh, you guys are the best.
As Midge is running up, she's like, "Oh, this wasn't gonna do. I can't have any of you dying on me on a first real day of work." And she starts doing some things, and she's going to cast mass cure wounds.
I heal Call for 15 hit points.
Oh, I'm back to full now.
And Midge heals everybody for another 25, actually. So
I was already at full.
she's like, "Is everybody
Great.
okay?"
That
Oh, yeah, I'm great now.
We are Midge.
that middle cat was scary. There was
Yeah, I'm
I
at
think the
full,
big
so-
cat was pretty scary. The middle cat was scary?
yeah. It looked through me.
And then it got turned to ashes. I mean, torrent nothing.
That was intense. Could I inspect these creatures?
Sure.
I know it's pretty cold out, but
Zeke would also like
what
to
could I roll?
inspect.
I want to see if they are healthy, like if they're starving, if they're short on food.
Roll a nature check.
Nature check. Okay.
Call's just sitting behind them all wide-eyed and happy, smiling at their victory.
Did you have a good time, Carl?
This was glorious.
Glorious. Good.
It was.
That's a 15.
The three small ones and then the medium-sized one do not appear to be any amount of underfed. The very big one, though, seems a little skinny by comparison and was probably giving most of its food to the young.
Can I determine an age?
The smaller ones, roll another nature check just to see if what you may know about crag cats.
Zeke is
Ooh.
looking for like any Nominati symbols on these creatures.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Call just
Call's
turns
just,
away.
Call's just leaning over him, just interested in what he's looking at.
What'd you get for your nature check for the crag cats?
21.
It would appear that the small ones are still cubs. The medium-sized one was probably maybe a yearling or a little older, and then the other one was most definitely an adult, probably over a decade old. Zeke, what'd you get for that investigation?
I rolled a nat 1 for a 4 in total.
So, Zeke, you're not sure if it's a sheer coincidence or if the Nominati caused it to happen, but several of the wounds, if you trace lines, it's a triangle, into G.
Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, do you see this? Do you see that? Look at this right
What?
here. This is a G.
What is it?
It's a G. They were here. They did. This is them.
It does not look like a triangle or a G to the rest of you. It looks
I
like
didn't
wounds
see
on a
anybody,
cat.
but you, what?
If
I
Farron
didn't
is nearby, Elena's
I
just
don't
gonna exchange
see-
glances with Farron.
I was just standing by Zeke with his hands on his knees, just like I can't. So where's the G?
Right here. Look. Right here. And he's just like, he's being obnoxious about it.
The
He
rest
thinks
of
he's
you,
uncovered something.
even if Zeke draws in blood to show you what connects where, it doesn't quite. No.
Do the furs look worth keeping or selling, or maybe we could give it to the town? I don't know, the next town that we come across.
Do their meat look edible?
Yeah, like
With your roll about crag cats, Laurel, you would know that their meat, it's okay in a pinch. It's pretty gamey. It's really tough. It's probably almost exactly on par with what you would get out of the curtain. Except you know it's real meat.
yeah.
The pelts.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with.
The pelts, I mean, they're a little beat up, singed in some places, completely torched in one of them's case. But they look like they'd be very warm.
Okay, can I especially
Wait, sure,
like the
yeah.
big one isn't really singed really.
No, it was the
So
middle-sized one was bad.
How long would it take me to skin it?
I got a big knife.
Do you want to skin the whole thing?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
try to
with
get as
Carl's
much?
help, if he would help me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
roll,
help you.
roll a nature or
As long
survival
as I can
check.
get like a tooth or a claw, so I can put on like this.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Roll a
I
nature
mean,
or
I got
survival
two
check.
daggers.
I will cast guidance on Laurel.
Okay, so roll a nature or survival check with advantage,
Okay,
and
survival.
add the d4.
That's a natural 20.
Look at
so
the
that's
hat.
25.
Yes.
So 27.
The no,
27.
no,
I'm
Matt.
getting my claw.
No,
Yes.
no, Matt.
Getting my claw.
The gnome tainty? No. So you're able to get, with the damage that was done to it already just from the fighting, and some matted parts from age, you're able to get about 3/4 of the pelt. Like one entire side, the whole back, and about half of the other side and the tail. Some of the belly was a little tough in there, and it's not happening up there. You can't get the...
Really? With a 27?
It's pretty beat up. You guys
Okay,
screwed it up
okay.
pretty bad.
Okay.
So you
Okay,
get
but yeah,
3/4. You get 3/4 of a pelt, and from this guy, it's about...
It's a lot of pelt.
Yes. I would say you've got about 40 to 50 square feet of pelt. It's a
Whoa.
this one was a huge creature.
Okay.
Were we able to get a claw or a tooth?
You are able to get both of its fangs with that 20, and an entire paw if you want, or the 5 claws from it, whichever you want. The paw, the pad of the paw, is about this big.
Oh,
Each claw is about this long, and the fangs are about 8 to 10 inches long. Yes, murder mittens.
murder
So yeah,
mittens.
do you want a whole paw or do you want just the claws?
I'll take the paw.
All right, so you can add an adult crag cat paw to your inventory and two adult crag cat fangs. So Midge is like, maybe you should get some rest. I'll have my brother come out and take a watch. I'll go kick him in his, face until he wakes up or something.
Okay.
You all need
Will
that.
we be stopping here for the night or continuing on?
Or we could stop for the night. It's not that big of a deal. Dringer can keep watch and let anybody know if there's any other problems. But he can, generally speaking, handle most of these problems himself. And she looks back. She's like, Max, which one? I don't care. Go get your uncle. Fine. Maxwell starts trudging off because Maxine just wasn't going to do it. A couple minutes come by. You hear from the... Got that. I got over here. We're going to go... Son of it. Fine. And he climbs up on the roof and is just eyeing everybody. Stank eye. Got the son of it. Over here. I just got drink. Oh, yeah, son of it. No. You all can head back to the caravan.
Thank you, Dringer.
Night,
Midge is
Dringer.
like, don't mind him. He'll warm up to you. He grows on you. He's a...
Okay. Well, I'm happy to have him around.
I mean, he's pretty good to have around. He's, a good alarm because he's loud. He's a good fighter, so he takes care of some of the problems. The only real problem is he's drunk and asleep about half the day, so...
Is he okay?
He doesn't like to talk about it very much. He left,
So there is
he left
something-
Icewind Dale maybe a year ago. He said things were getting bad, and he didn't want to talk about it.
I suppose I can relate. Well, I'm going to bed.
All right, well,
Yep. Well, good night.
good night,
Well, good night.
everyone. And you all can take your long rest. And that is where we will end this evening. This is crazy, y'all.
So many 20s.
Like,
So many 20s.
the last
Next
party
week is
that
going to be
I-
all ones. I swear. Stick around, folks.
when I just ran this for my home game, the cats intimidated them, and they left them alone, and everybody went peaceably on their own ways. You guys steamrolled them.
Hey, I'm looking for that glory. Yeah.
That was outstanding. This just goes to say it, like I was telling Jacqueline before, because she was a little worried about being in Rime of the Frost Maiden while running it. It's a different game every time, and I'm so happy for that. It's so great.
Absolutely.